Coming up, one local business owner made it through the first year test and then some. See how Ish Guitars is adding to the creative community in Armory Square.
Now, from the EMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is an ONTV update.
Good afternoon and welcome to ONTV Update. This is Friday, March 25th, 2016. I'm Michael Vollmer.
And I'm Sean Dalton. Hop on down to the Roseman Gifford Zoo on Saturday, March 26th to have breakfast with the bunny. The event begins at 9 a.m. Admission is $18 per person or $14 for members of the zoo and includes admission to the zoo after breakfast is over.
You can even take pictures with the bunny. Reservations are required, so call ahead at 315-435-8511. For students with a do-it-yourself mentality, this story about a 22-year-old business owner may inspire you to make a living by working for yourself. Michelle Hunter finds out what it takes to own a guitar shop in Armory Square.
Downtown Syracuse is a holding place for many local businesses. Jesse Wilson is a young entrepreneur who shares his passion every day right in Armory Square at his shop, Ish Guitars.
I wanted to start my own business because I wanted to work for myself and make money. I started playing bass when I was 11 years old, and kind of through wanting to get better basses, I started building basses, and so I learned a lot about guitars very quickly. I bought and sold guitars kind of on the side, and just sort of, that's how I got better basses and guitars, is that I would buy one cheap and then sell it for more, and buy another one cheap and sell it for more.
22-year-old Jesse Wilson opened Ish Guitars over a year ago, and he already has such a committed customer base.
Ish Guitars not only has a vast selection of musical instruments for sale, but they also show total customer satisfaction by offering lessons, repairing instruments, and more. It's enough to keep loyal customers like Josh coming back every time.
I love Ish Guitars for a number of reasons. The first being they have the best selection of guitars in town. Second, obviously, being that they have the best customer service of any guitar shop in town. I love Ish Guitars so much, I'm forever branded by Ish Guitars.
It still remains that customers stay happy and local businesses thrive in downtown Syracuse. From Armory Square, I'm Michelle Hunter, ONTV Update.
The benefits of working for yourself allow more creativity and passion in your work. Ish Guitars plans to host events featuring local artists to keep the creative passion alive in Syracuse.
The Rochester International Jazz Fest is coming up on June 24th through July 2nd. The festival will be in various locations featuring many great international jazz artists. There are 99 free shows during the fest and many jam sessions to experience. Tickets are now available. To see the full lineup, you can check out therochesterjazz.com.
The Black Student Union, also known as the JAMA Club, will be giving OCC a night to remember with inspiring rap artist Future, as he will be joining us Thursday, April 21st. The concert will be held in the SRC Arena Events Center beginning at 8 p.m. Tickets are still being sold in the box office at Allen Hall at $25 for students and $65 for the general public. You can also purchase tickets online at etickets.com.
When we come back, Jay Lewis tells us this week's weather forecast.
Also, after the break, we'll see how this abnormally warm winter in central New York could be a sign of climate change. Stay tuned to find out more.
I love OCC, and I've really been impressed with all of my students here. I teach natural hazards and disasters. I try to bring in real-world events to make what you learn in the classroom applicable to what you might read in the newspaper or see on the news or hear in the media. And then also trying to make it interesting, because sometimes science can be a little boring to folks. So I try to make it exciting, and so perhaps you don't even realize you're learning science.
Felton Art Gallery at Onondaga Community College. Experience art at its most engaging. The gallery features multiple genres of art, including painting, photography, and sculpture.
The teachers here are excellent. I've had some really informative teachers. The lessons are pretty clear and the teachers are very social. It's a very social experience. I liked the facility a lot. I liked the studios, so I decided to come here. I've learned so much. I've learned an indefinite amount of material about architecture, and I only have more to learn. I would definitely say that this school is excellent for building a portfolio to move on in this major.
Are you eager for knowledge outside the classroom? Then visit Coulter Library. If we don't have the book you're looking for, we can get it on loan. We also have a wide selection of movies and music to enjoy on your study break. And our quiet study rooms allow you to work alone or with classmates in a private environment. We're extending hours during finals week until 11 p.m. so you can catch up on your work. Visit our website for more information. Take advantage of Coulter Library today. You'll never fail in your journey to succeed.
Are you a veteran looking to continue your education? Then check out the Veterans Affairs Office at Coulter Library. We offer a variety of services, such as work study, mentoring, assistance with financial aid, vocational rehabilitation, and much more. The staff at the Office of Veterans Affairs are all veterans who continue to serve the OCC community. Visit room C103 or visit sunyocc.edu for more information.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Sean Dalton.
And I'm Michael Volmer. Now we go to Jade Lewis as we take a look at the weather for this next week. Hey Jade, is spring finally going to begin?
Thanks guys. It's looking a bit rainy out today, so make sure you bring your umbrellas. According to Storm Team 9 today, we're looking at a high of 53 and a low of 27 with a steady breeze all afternoon. This weekend we'll be warming back up with some higher temperatures. Saturday we'll have a low of 36 and some cloud coverage, but Sunday's temperature will jump up, topping out at a high of 62 and very low chances of rain, so be sure you take advantage of the sunshine while you can. Monday and Tuesday will be dipping into highs of only 49 and 42 with some rain, wind, and a slight chance of snow that will have you wishing you were still away on spring break. Wednesday, however, will be back up in the 50s and get a nice break from the rain. I recently spoke to Dr. Peter Cry about these bizarre heat waves we've been experiencing and discovered that while our warm winter in Syracuse made many of the locals breathe a sigh of relief, the oddly high temperatures could be a sign that our climate is changing for the worse.
With 2015 being recorded as the warmest year in history, our winter here in Syracuse was an abnormally short season that may cause our summer to be just as abnormally long.
We don't have any snowpack at all. Now, we being the northeast population of the United States, fortunately and unfortunately, among the luckiest people on the planet, because we have 20% of the fresh water in the Great Lakes.
Typically in central New York, we have 4 long spring months where the snow melts and replenishes our fresh water sources. This year, however, the green grass that usually doesn't make an appearance in central New York until late April is fully visible, and the snow and ice is almost completely gone.
It's not okay for the hundreds, thousands of species that are coming back from Central America, South America, looking for the worms that are also supposed to understand what temperature it is. And that asynchronicity is going to wreak havoc on the food web.
Math and science major Danny Leonardo says that fixing the climate change problem is an easy feat that we can all be part of.
Not too hard, it's easy, just recycle. I do that as much as I can, and then I don't drive everywhere, so that definitely helps. We cause most of the problems, so we should be the ones fixing it.
Using refillable water bottles such as this one allows you to quench your thirst without hurting the earth. Dr. Cry says that there are a number of ways that the average American citizen can help to heal the earth. Try sticking to the popular 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle, that many environmentalists believe in, as well as the most recently added R, refuse.
Just think before you buy.
Professor Cry is also the faculty supervisor of the Earth Club here at OCC, which meets every Friday during college hour. Attend one of their meetings in Ferrante to find out more about what you can do to help save the planet. Back to you, Mike.
The Onondaga Nation School, PTS, is going to host From the Earth Arts and Crafts Show on Saturday, April 16th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., located on Route 11A in Nedro with Haudenosaunee singers and dancers performing at 1. There will be food, jewelry, paintings, pottery, and much more. There will also be over 40 vendors so that you can take something home with you. Admission is free, but donations are accepted.
In the meantime, you can come over to the Whitney Applied Technology Building in the Grand Atrium for the OCC Student Art Exhibition, which shows the artwork from students all over campus. Come show your support as the opening reception will be on Wednesday, March 30th from 11:15 to 12:15. The exhibit will be there from March 28th all the way through till April 13th.
The Onondaga Community College campus has staff to take care of it, but what kinds of work is actually done on campus? We talked to the Assistant Director of Facilities to find out more. Just like any other home or property, Onondaga Community College is dependent on individuals to take care of it. That's where Steve Suarez, the Assistant Director of Facilities, comes in.
So it's a juggling of priorities and where people are and how I can help them out. And it's interesting. No 2 days are hardly the same, which is really, I like that. And sometimes I come to work thinking I'm going to have, these 3 things that are my top priorities, and I'll get a phone call or an email or a text, and very quickly priorities change.
Steve's job on the campus includes a wide variety of work, including construction, helping out the dorms, or clearing parking lots and sidewalks.
I've done operations, and I've touched all the different departments here. The building maintenance department that fixes inside stuff of buildings, and the HVAC, their heating, air conditioning. I've worked with the grounds people.
Thanks to the groundskeepers here at Onondaga Community College, the parking lots are always clear and easy to park in. And for those who live on campus, the sidewalks are always clean, so you can have a nice walk to class. Despite the work done by maintenance workers like Steve, not every student is happy with the current state of the campus.
I honestly think they could do better. I mean, you see on campus, like, they are building more stuff, they're adding to it, so it's always nice. It's just, it's very run down, I feel, a little bit in some places, so improvement never hurts anything, personally.
Regardless of whether it is a rainy day or a sunny one, maintenance crews like Steve will be around to work on the campus. During the winter, students can get paid to help the maintenance department shovel snow on campus. Information becomes available for this job during the fall semesters on the OCC website. It's that time of year again where spring has started, and so have the spring sports that come with it.
Take a look at the story of one sophomore softball player as she strives for success even after an unfortunate accident. When we come back after the break.
I actually was a graduate of the Mechanical Technology Associate's degree program here myself. Onondaga, without a doubt, puts the student first. We want our students to be successful. We want them to come back to us and say, yeah, what we learned in this program was great. What we're doing, we have a skill set now that I can make a good living with. www.sunyocc.edu for more information.
What I love most about OCC is the ease of access. It's so close to home, and it's just a beautiful campus, and the social community is so nice. I can really find myself inside of it. The business area that they just built is really nice as well. I think that's going to be good for helping out business students with their goals and tasks and things. I would recommend OCC to somebody. I think it's a really nice place to get an education. I think it's a really nice school to be able to settle down in and build a future at.
I would definitely say OCC has prepared me for moving on my career path. My major is fire protection technologies. I chose that due to the fact of my career path is I want to go become a career firefighter later on in life. My dad actually found this program out here from one of his buddies that's a state fire instructor out in this area. Said this was one of the best programs out here. It's real nice knowing that I have other people out there who share the same interests as me.
I love OCC, and I've really been impressed with all of my students here. I teach natural hazards and disasters. I try to bring in real-world events to make what you learn in the classroom applicable to what you might read in the newspaper or see on the news or hear in the media. And then also trying to make it interesting, because sometimes science can be a little boring to folks. So I try to make it exciting, and so perhaps you don't even realize you're learning science.
So it's hat and gloves weather today? Wasn't it 75 and sunny yesterday? Fall needs to make up its mind. It's not all bad though. The leaves turn a beautiful red, and in come my favorite flavors. That's why I always save time in my morning for Starbucks. I can grab a pumpkin spice latte, and it can be served hot or cold to suit whatever type of autumn day I'm having.
OCC proudly serves Starbucks. Come visit us outside the Gordon Cafeteria.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Nate Scalisi. The OCC's Athletes of the Week for the men and women's teams have been posted. From the women's lacrosse team, freshman Madison Pritchard snagged the spot after leading the Lady Lasers in their game against CCBC Essex with 4 goals and 1 assist, helping the women to finish strongly with a 20-6 victory in Baltimore, Maryland. And then contributing 3 goals in a 7-5 loss against 4th-ranked Howard Community College in Columbia, Maryland. The Lasers returned home with a 1-1 record and will play again Saturday, April 2nd, at home against Hartford Community College at 11 a.m. For the men, Nate Budge of the baseball team grabbed the Athlete of the Week title after being a starter in all of their games so far, leading the team in batting average at .579, runs scored with 12, hits with 11, on-base percentage at .68, 11 RBIs, 18 total bases, and slugging percentage at .947. Starting the year off strong, he's recorded a 6-game hitting streak for the Lasers. The men will play again tomorrow, March 26th, at home against Northampton Community College at 1 p.m. for a doubleheader. The OCC softball team has started its season after the tournament in South Carolina, but there is some focus on one particular sophomore who's looking to overcome an injury she got late last season.
During the late spring of 2015, sophomore shortstop for the Lasers, Morgan Needham, was injured just as her freshman season was coming to a close.
Last season, when we were at Herc, I was playing short. We got a girl coming in, and I went to tag her out, and we collided pretty hard on my left side. My leg went numb, and I knew instantly that something wasn't right. Tried to take a couple steps, and just went down. I couldn't walk.
The Herkimer player sliding into second base broke both of Morgan's shin bones, giving her a compound fracture on her fibula and tibia. Morgan underwent surgery where she had a stent put in her leg, leaving this season questionable as to her performance.
Well, what I've said about Morgan, and I've said it since I've met Morgan, is that she is such an inspiration to our program and to our school. She took a very, very, very tough injury last year with her 2 fractures, her compound fractures, and we weren't quite sure she could even come back. And not only was she came back, she was back in the fall, and just works her body and her legs so hard to get where she is now. So we're very proud of her. She's done a great job.
After 2 hours of surgery and being laid up in the hospital for 3 days after a titanium rod was inserted into her leg, Morgan's back on the field and looks to take this season head on.
The question still stands, though, whether she is able to perform at the level she once did last season and throughout high school.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I think she's even better. Her footwork is better. We've been able to pinpoint a few things with her to have her improve. She's moving very well. So I don't think that the injury really set her back. I think her mindset was, I'm coming back, and she did.
Morgan and the Lasers are off to a good start in their conference, winning the first 3 games so far. They play their next home game today at 4 p.m. against Mercyhurst Northeast. The men's lacrosse team here at OCC finally have had their 107-game win streak snapped. The Lasers lost to number 2 seed Nassau by a margin of just 1. Thomas McNanny led the way with 3 goals and 1 assist, as Holden McDonald put up 15 saves in the net in the futile effort to keep their perfection intact. Nassau scored the game-winning goal with just 15 seconds left, dropping the nine-time champions who haven't experienced a loss in over 5 seasons. The men play their next game at home tomorrow as they take on Genesee Community College at 1 p.m. The Syracuse Orange will be facing the Onondaga Bulldogs tonight at 9:40 as both teams fight for a spot in the Elite Eight. Syracuse will be wearing their white uniforms as they play in Chicago. They stand as the number 10 seed above Gonzaga's 11th seed. Tonight's game will mark only the 3rd time in NCAA history that a number 11 seed has faced a 10 seed. As Women's History Month comes to an end, a Salt City Roller Derby will be going up against the Wonder Brawlers tonight right on the OCC campus in Allen Hall at the SRC Arena for their first Syracuse bout of their 2016 season. The doors open at 6:30 and the bout begins at 7:30. Tickets are $10 at the door, $1 for OCC students with an ID, and free for children under the age of 12. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm both a little bit disappointed, but more so impressed with the 5 consecutive seasons of wins that the men's lacrosse team has had. Do you think that they'll be able to start a new streak after this loss later in this season or next?
Well, they were on an extremely good run, so I don't think the loss is going to negatively affect them in any way.
I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully they can start a whole new win streak and make history all over again.
As do I.
Coming up after the break, we will talk a little bit about how the presidential primaries are going so far.
We'll look at some of the ways Onondaga Community College helps going to school a little easier, and that more when we come back.
My name is Darren Peichel, and I'm the Vice President of Entertainment and Programming in the Office of Student Leadership and Engagement. We plan events on campus, part of the quad I plan in the fall and in the spring. I just really love being involved. You really need to broaden your horizons. It makes time fly. I think being involved really makes your college experience better. At OCC is just it's a great stepping stone. The connections I've made here are everlasting.
I love OCC, and I've really been impressed with all of my students here. I teach natural hazards and disasters. I try to bring in real-world events to make what you learn in the classroom applicable to what you might read in the newspaper or see on the news or hear in the media. And then also trying to make it interesting, because sometimes science can be a little boring to folks. So I try to make it exciting, and so perhaps you don't even realize you're learning science.
The teachers here are excellent. I've had some really informative teachers. The lessons are pretty clear, and the teachers are very social. It's a very social experience. I liked the facility a lot. I liked the studios, so I decided to come here. I've learned so much. I've learned an indefinite amount of material about architecture, and I only have more to learn. I would definitely say that this school is excellent for building a portfolio to move on in this major.
Are you eager for knowledge outside the classroom? Then visit Coulter Library. If we don't have the book you're looking for, we can get it on loan. We also have a wide selection of movies and music to enjoy on your study break. And our quiet study rooms allow you to work alone or with classmates in a private environment. We're extending hours during finals week until 11 p.m. so you can catch up on your work. Visit our website for more information. Take advantage of Coulter Library today. You'll never fail in your journey to succeed.
I actually was a graduate of the Mechanical Technology Associate's degree program here myself. Onondaga, without a doubt, puts the student first. We want our students to be successful. We want them to come back to us and say, yeah, what we learned in this program was great. What we're doing, we have a skill set now that I can make a good living with. www.sunyocc.edu for more information.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Sean Dalton.
And I'm Mike Volmer. If you're low on food or don't have time to go to the store, there's a food pantry located in the Gordon Building in room 305. It's open Monday and Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m.
The food offered includes bread and grain, fruits and vegetables, meats and dairy, and what they call grab and go. A lot of these items are offered in cans or boxed food, so it can be easier to store. Some of the food is donated, but the majority is paid for by the OCC Foundation. Some may think that living away from home to attend school with a physical disability is nearly impossible. Here at OCC, I can assure you that is not the case. On ONTV Updates, Raheem Anderson introduces us to how our Office of Accessibility Resources helps one student feel right at home.
There is no special application process for students with special needs. In Kobe's case, coping with TAS is the least of his worries here at OCC, and our Office of Accessibility Resources has played a major role in making sure things are a lot easier.
Couldn't ask for a better location. Then we had to lower the lock, and we made a swipe card entrance system for him and his roommates. He has roommates. Then we took one of the bathrooms and we made that his bathroom. We had to switch faucets around. He has a step stool that he uses for his own personal hygiene needs.
At the beginning of every semester, the OAR staff, along with a number of students, travel along the campus, checking and testing each and every accessible door to make sure they are all functioning as they should. Some doors here on campus require a more unique style of access.
I mean, there's not a lot of colleges and places that I would recommend for people with disabilities, but OCC is one of the places I would recommend just because of everything that they've been. They work with you constantly. They try to make things easier for you.
If you have a physical disability and would like to attend college, OCC may just be the place for you. In Resident Hall B, Raheem Anderson, ONTV Update.
Any student with a disability seeking an interest in what the OAR has to offer should feel free to contact the OAR director, Nancy Carr, at carn@sunyocc.edu or call 315-498-2834.
For those students looking to gain job experience but don't know where to look, can now visit the Experience the Jobs Fair on April 20th. Over 75 different employers will be attending the fair, including the Red House, Art Center, and the American Red Cross. Plus, those who attend are entered to win a Nook tablet and other great prizes. To register and see more information on the event, visit students.sunyocc.edu.
The results of the March 22nd presidential primaries are in. The Democratic caucuses ended with Secretary Hillary Clinton winning Arizona and Senator Bernie Sanders finishing with both Utah and Idaho. The final delegate count is Sanders 67 and Clinton 51. Clinton still leads in the overall delegate count for the Democratic primaries with about 740 more delegates than Sanders. On the Republican side, Donald Trump finished first in Arizona, winning all the delegates in the end since it's a winner-take-all state. Senator Ted Cruz then dominated the Utah caucus with about 62% of the votes. None of the American Samoa delegates pledged, leaving the final Republican delegate count to be Trump 58, Cruz 40, and 9 uncommitted. Trump is still on top in the race for delegates in the Republican primaries with 739 delegates. Cruz is the runner-up with 465, and Governor John Kasich in last with 143.
Microsoft has come under fire after releasing an artificial intelligence chatbot known as Tay onto Twitter. The AI was programmed to learn new information as people tweet at it. The controversy comes from Tay learning how to be racist and sexist. This led to the program to begin pro-Nazi tweets. Microsoft has since removed the tweets and is working on fixing the program so that it won't happen again.
The latest movie from the DC franchise came out today. The pre-release tickets alone have already sold somewhere between $20 and $25 million, more than Deadpool's and the first Avengers opening weekends. So if you plan on seeing Warner Brothers' latest blockbuster, it would be a good idea to buy your tickets ahead of time.
Jade Lewis is back now with our weekend weather forecast. Should we look forward to the spring finally starting?
Well, sticking with the trend of the odd Syracuse weather patterns this year, this weekend will be abnormally warm. Today will be pretty rainy with a low of 27, so make sure you bring your jackets. However, tomorrow it will lighten up and you'll definitely want to get outside and take advantage of our sudden spike in temperature. With a low chance of rain for Saturday and highs stretching all the way up to 62 this Sunday, try to spend some time enjoying the sunshine before next week hits us with some cooler temperatures and more rain.
So how are you guys going to spend the nice weekend since it seems like the weather's going to be really nice?
Well, though it's going to be nice, I would like to get outside, but I'm going to have to go catch Batman versus Superman. I know you're not going to like me for saying this, but I'm definitely Team Superman all the way.
I don't think I know you anymore. What about you guys?
Well, honestly, I don't think I'm going to see that movie. I'm not really interested, so I think I might just go hiking or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with Sean.
Thank you for joining us. That's all for today. Join us next week. I'm Michael Vollmer.
And I'm Sean Dalton. Have a great weekend.